Yeah, got it.
Any master data possible, any transactional data is possible, but the organizational elements, I don't think it is possible. Okay, so
Any configuration is not possible. That's what.
yeah, you can say that, yes. Okay, so we have created the company code also. Now the next one is define business areas. So let me just quickly go and define couple of business areas. Okay, I'll just take 0001 and 0002. I'll copy both. Just say copy as. Okay, so this is something like 771 small car section, 772 SUVs. Okay, just like that. I've created two business areas. Okay, just go back once again. And then functional area. Functional area is not required, but still, because you are going in a flow, you can just go. Okay, this view is obsolete. Use transaction FM underscore function, so you need not have to create it. It's obsolete, know where it is used. Then there is something called maintain consolidated business area. Like what we discussed about business area, it's a organizational, it's an internal organizational entity within the company code for which you can have a profit or loss statement. So, for example, if you want to see the consolidated profit or loss of both business areas together, you have to have one consolidated business area. So that is what we will be maintaining it over here. So once again, choose some 0001 or 1000 because you will have only one entry in real-time live system. So here I will make this as also 777, and then mechanical engineering, some description as, or you simply put it as consolidated. What is your company? Nissan consolidated BA. Okay, so let me put it as this way. Save it, enter, go back. Now financial management area, this you can define it. I'll just say define FM area, choose 0001, go with copy as 7777, FM area as 77, currency as IN. I don't require this financial management area to work with my MM module, but just because I wanted to maintain a complete organization structure, so that's the reason I am maintaining it, but otherwise I don't require this. And again, this segment is once again not required for me, but in case if you want it, you can simply go like this and then create it, otherwise you can ignore it. Profit center also, we don't work with what you call controlling module PCA, profit center accounting, so I don't require this at this moment. Right, now you see I have defined company, that is nothing but the group company, credit control area, company code, business area, consolidated business area, and financial management area. Let me go and define couple more things. Okay, what is that? Maintain control area. This is CO module. So here I'll just go with maintain control area. You have to remember that copy delete copying option for controlling area is not possible. Even if you double click with it, when you go with copy organizational object, it will give you a message saying that copying is possible only in structure mode or something like that. You can only copy or replace an object controlling area in structure mode. So therefore copying is not possible. What is possible is maintain control area. You have to maintain this manually. Okay. So here you go with new entries. So control area also I will be dealing with 777. Control area Nissan Group. Okay, enter. Now while defining control area, you have an option. Are you going to use one control area for all the company codes defined in the Nissan Group, or are you going to define each control area for each of the company code? Okay. One second. This is the one I am referring to. Control area. You see here control area to company code. It is one to many. It means what? One control area can feed the requirements to many company codes. If you want to define it, you can define it one to many, or if you want to go with one to one also, you can go. Okay. So here there will be two options. One is company code controlling area same as company code. It means one control area per company code. Other one is cross company code cost accounting. It means you will be using one control area for more than one company code. Normally in industries we go with cross company code cost accounting, which means one control area for all the company codes in that group. Right? So for example, even for my current customer which I am working, we have got around 900 company codes across the globe, but we use only one control area. Okay, next, there is something called currency settings. What currency is it going to be used for this control area? I wanted to use same currency as that of the company code currency, so I'll just go and specify it. And then what is the currency that you would like to use? Currency is INR. Then what is the chart of accounts which you wanted to use? Okay. Now if you could look at here in the slide also, your company and company code, I mean to say group company and company code, are connected via chart of accounts and control area. Right? Look at here. Once again, let me tell you. Your company and company code, that is group company and company code, are connected via chart of accounts and control area. So therefore, even if you look at this combination, control area and company code can also be linked via chart of accounts. So therefore, while defining control area, you have to specify which chart of accounts are you going to use. Chart of accounts, I will use the standard one which is being created for my IDES company code, which is INT. Okay, so therefore I wanted to use this one. And then there is something called fiscal year variant. Means, what do you mean by fiscal year? How many fiscal periods will be there in the fiscal year? Ideally we go for K4. Means per calendar year 4 special periods. Okay, this is all FICO related stuff. So you just go and maintain these things, and then you will go with save. Okay, Nissan changes, it's getting saved. Okay, there is one more thing which you have to define it. So with this, the controlling area definition is complete. Okay, only for the purpose of here, but this is not the end of control area. There is one more screen where you will have to maintain certain parameters that we will come back to that. Okay, so I'll just go back here once again, save changes, yes. Now cost centers I don't create right now, but I will create them once we move a little further. There is something called operating concern. Either you can create your own operating concern or you can use the existing one. Operating concern is meant for profit center accounting. Okay, so either you can go and create an operating concern or you can use the existing ones available. Let me see. There's a separate transaction code for operating concern. I think I have forgotten. Give me a moment. Let me find it. /n. Okay. F3. There is a table TSTCT where you can find out the transaction codes. I did not remember the transaction code. Okay, so create, or I would say operating concern. Let me find it out. Yeah, I remember the transaction code. Now the transaction code is KEA1. Okay, so let me just go and instead of creating from here, okay, so instead of creating from here operating concern, okay, you have an option to go and create an operating concern from some other transaction code KEA1. Is it KEA1 or KEA0? I think it is 0. Let me check it. These are all FICO related transaction codes which you, if you remember it, good. Even if you don't remember also, it's no harm. You see here, maintain operating concern. Okay, so how to maintain an operating concern? You can create it like this. I would say 7777, and then there should be one more transaction which is KEA1. KEA, is it KEA1? Oh no, KEA1 is not there. Okay, so it's KEA0. You see here, 777 does not exist. Do you wanted it to be created? I would say yes. Okay. Sample operating concern means you can refer the existing one and create a new operating concern. I will just go and use IDEA. Okay, there is some standard sample operating concern. Okay, you can just refer and choose IDEA. Okay, so description, I would like to give operating concern Nissan Group. Okay, so why do you require operating concern? Like I said, profitability analysis. Okay, so I choose cost based and account based. Once I go with this, right, and then I'll just go and maintain. You see here there is something called create data structure. Okay, I'll just go and right. So it's asking me to create first. So I'll just go and save this. Okay, so now it got saved. You could see status is in red, which is not in active state. So you cannot use the one which is not active state. You have to make this as active. If you want to make the operating concern active, you have to make the data structure active first here. Okay. So now you see I'll go with change mode. Now I go with details. One sec. Change. So I will go with create now. So here you have to choose certain data fields, right? You choose data fields, make it activate the structure, and then activate the entire what you call the operating concern. So here you see here these are the fields available for you to create a structure. So out of this I would choose couple of them like cost center, purchasing organizational unit, okay, something like a material group. Do you see material group? Yeah, material group. Okay, things like that. Maybe sales office, sales group. Like this, I will be choosing some of them. Okay, and then you transfer these fields from the selected list. Keep it here, right? And then you see here there is an activation icon. You click on this activation icon. Define at least one value field. Yeah, you come back to this value field. So here also use some of the fields which you wanted to choose. On what fields or what on what basis would you like to do this profitability analysis? Okay, you choose some of them: quantity variance, price variance, any other fields. Again, this is not your job. This is FICO consultant's job, which he will be doing it. Even if I don't have the operating concern also, I can comfortably work with MM module, but not with even FI module also, but not the controlling module. So because we are just going with the entire thing, so I'm just using, I'm trying to create everything together on my own, but otherwise these things are not required at all. Administration, sales quantity, something like this. You select sales office also. Some of the fields is selected. Not seeing material group or anything like that. Raw materials. Okay. So you move them and then you activate it. Save and activate it. Okay. So therefore the structure becomes activated. It will take a while. Okay. Now you could see all the objects are activated. You save this. Back. Okay, it's still not active. Why is it still not active? Let me just go and have a look at it. This has to get activated. Okay, so this will get activated now. Once it gets activated, let's see if it gets activated, or do we have to perform anything else. I assume it should get activated. Okay, it might require a couple more minutes. Any questions so far? I think it's taking little more time. So once it gets saved, you will have a green bulb here, and you will have a green bulb here at operating concern level as well. Only then you can use that operating concern. Please remember, any object which is not activated fully cannot be used.
Srinivas, this operating concern is required for defining any other organizational elements below the company code?
No. Like I said, this is only meant for profitability analysis in the controlling module. There is something called COPA, controlling profitability analysis. CO మాడ్యూల్లో వస్తుందండి. FICOలో CO అనేది ఉంది. That's a highly specialized area within FI accounting, FICO module. దానికోసం మీకు ఈ ప్రాఫిటబిలిటీ అనాలిసిస్ చేయటం కోసం ఆపరేటింగ్ కన్సర్న్ కావాలి, కానీ ఇట్స్ నో వేర్ రిలవెంట్ ఫర్ లాజిస్టిక్ మాడ్యూల్స్. బట్ లైక్ ఐ సెడ్, మనం ఒక ఫ్లోలో వెళ్తున్నాము. సో లెట్ మీ డిఫైన్ ఆల్ ది ఆర్గనైజేషనల్ యూనిట్స్ అని డిఫైన్ చేస్తున్నాను తప్పించి యూ డోంట్ రిక్వైర్ దిస్ ఎట్ ఆల్ ఫర్ MM మాడ్యూల్. Even without assigning operating concern or without touching operating concern, I can still very well go ahead with my all MM activities.
But this particular product or material which is going to be used for their product costing or profitability analysis, this may be in turn is going to be referenced uh, in this particular operating concern. Is there any hookup between operating concerns to any product?
Product level of product, no, there will not be any direct linkage from the material versus operating concern, but the
Okay.
accounts which gets updated into controlling module. Let me put it this way. For example,
Okay.
you are buying an indirect material, means where there is no material master available, but because you are buying some
Yeah.
material which is to be accounted somewhere. Where is it needs to be accounted? It needs to be accounted in the cost center, then a cost center accounting under. So when you
Okay.
post a goods receipt for a
Mhm.
non-stock material or an indirect material, there will be certain accounts which gets updated. That will tell you where is it accounted for, then a cost center accounting under.
Yeah.
So in cost center
Yeah.
accounting అయినప్పుడు there are certain general ledger accounts which gets updated. So
Okay.
profit center or what you call profitability analysis చేసినప్పుడు the GL accounts needs to be looked at. Certain GL accounts will be looked at in the controlling module, and then they analyze it. Whether it is a negative entry which got posted or a positive entry which got posted.
Mhm.
That is the one that they look at. But there is no direct
Okay.
relation between your material versus the operating concern.
Operating. Thanks, Srinivas.
It's taking too much time. Only 49%. Or maybe I should have given only one or two fields. I would have said I've selected some 7, 8 fields, so that's the reason it's taking too much time. Profitability analysis based on a certain field. Okay, so that field you have to choose it in the value section. So when you are going into data structure, you have got two tabs, right? Objects and the value fields. So in the object field, I would have chosen only one field so that the generation of the operating concern would have been faster. Because I have selected some 7, 8 fields, it's taking too much time. My God, it's only 57%. Any other questions from anybody so far? All the things that I have done so far, these are nothing to do with MM module. Everything is from FICO module. Okay, this will be taken care by your FI colleague in the project, because now we don't have any FICO specialist. So what I am trying to do is, whenever you do goods receipts or invoice verifications, etc., the impact will be in FICO module. If you want to have that visibility, you have to create this organization structure from the FI perspective also. So that's the reason we are creating this one. But in real time, your FI colleague will take care of this. Hmm, 66%. Okay. All right. So this is created successfully. Then you save it. So you see here, it's still not active here. Once again, KEA0. Let me check it here. Yours is 777. Okay. So this is still not active. I'll just go with change. Okay, now you go change here. Attributes. Okay, I should have chosen these attributes. I forget to choose attributes here while maintaining data structures. You see here, while maintaining data structures, I should have selected these ones. I have forgotten to add these things, so that's the reason the top node got not activated. Fiscal year variant K4. Okay. Company code, currency, operating currency, profit center valuation. So you check all these things. Okay. Now you see client specific part, this one. Now you go with activate. Save changes first. It will take 2 more minutes. I'm sorry, I would have given the attributes also in the beginning. Okay, we will complete the FSCO part today with the assignment also, and then we will touch upon logistics part tomorrow and complete the entire organization section by tomorrow itself. Okay, now you could see here your operating concern is active state. So it means it is successfully activated. Now I have created control area, I have created operating concern. Cost centers, I said I will add it later point of time when I am in the purchasing module where I will be using cost centers. So now you see under definition section, I have completed financial accounting and controlling. I said I will do rest of the activities, logistics, sales and distribution, material management tomorrow. So whatever I have defined today, let me go and make them uh, assigned to the individual objects. So under assignment, you see I have done with definition part right now, correct? So now I am going with assignment. You can see it here, same sequence of nodes will be there. Financial accounting, controlling, logistics, general, sales and distribution, material management, so on and so forth. Now, FI accounting, the first one, assignment of company and company code. Okay, how you see here, assignment of company, this is group company with company code, this needs to be done first. Assignment of company to company code, you just go and hit enter or you click on this one. So like I said, assignment of company with company code will take place via chart of accounts, controlling area, etc. So when you go with position, what's your company code? 777. Now you see This is your company code, Nissan India Private Limited, which is not assigned to any of the group company. So you go and maintain here. So what's your company code? 777. You see here Nissan Group. Hit enter and save it. Okay, you have to save all your changes under Nissan changes. Done. Now, next one, assign company code to credit control area. Now you see, you click on this one. You know you have defined your company code, you have defined your credit control area, 777. Okay, because credit control area you would have copied from 1000. That's the reason it's appearing. But when you go with F4, you can see your credit control area. Credit control area for Nissan. You maintain this relationship. What is this? Company code with credit control area. You can see from here. Company code with credit control area. This link I am establishing now. I've just established this link. Next, back, business areas to consolidated business area. Here I have shown only business area, but there is no consolidated business area. But in between company code to business areas, you can have one consolidated business area. I have defined two business areas and I have created one consolidated business area. My business areas are 771 and 772, small car section and SUV. Both needs to be assigned to my consolidated business area. This is Nissan consolidated BA. Just add it over here. Okay, save it. Enter. Once again back. Then assign company code to financial management area. We have defined financial management area, so therefore you assign that also. Your company code is 777. Financial management area, which is only meant for reporting purpose in FI accounting, nothing relevant for MM, but still I am assigning it here. Save it. And right, so once you are done with it, there is one more thing. I'll assign profit center to company code, because I have not created profit center, or because I will not be using profit center in MM module, so I don't require this. Then controlling. Did you remember we have defined a control area, but the control area definition is not complete. Okay, there is a separate transaction for controlling area itself, right? So let me show you that one. There is a transaction code called OKKP. Hit enter. You see there, this is what we call it as maintain control area. So what's your control area? 777. Now you see, this is your control area. If you go with the details, you could see, do you see any mandatory field which is missing here? You see here there is something called cost center standard hierarchy, which is a mandatory field. It's not there. So therefore, you have to specify some hierarchy name. It could be your name also, you can give. Okay, but I always used to give the standard hierarchy name as STDHIER. So with this, is this complete? No, not yet. Apart from the standard hierarchy, you have to specify there is something called control indicators which needs to be maintained for the control area. But these control indicators can be maintained to control area only when a company code is assigned to control area. Without company code assignment to control area, if you try adding it here, it will give you an error. You see here, no entries found at my selection criteria. If I go with new entries, you see, it's giving me an error saying that no company code assigned to control area 777. So it will not allow me to do so. So therefore what you should do, you come back to this one, assignment of company code to control area. Now you maintain the link between your company code and control area. You know your control area is 777. Select the control area, and then you see here assignment of company code to control area. You double click this. Now you see there is no, this control area has not been linked to any company code. There is no company code linked with control area. So therefore you go with new entries. What's your company code? You specify it here. The company code is 77. See, if you have defined your company code properly, only then this 77 will appear. Otherwise it won't. Okay. If you want to have more than one company code for control area, you can specify multiple company codes. But here I am restricting myself to one company code. Now go back to the same OKKP transaction and complete rest of the things. I'll just go out of this one, save it, come out. Now you see, let me just go and maintain OKKP, transaction OKKP once again. So here your control area is this one. Select this one. You ensure that you have assigned your company code. You see here it's been already done. Now you can go with activate components or control indicators. So now it will not stop you because company code assignment has already been taken place. It's okay to go and maintain control areas, control area indicators. So therefore you go with new entries. Now which fiscal year, from which fiscal year this should be active? 2012, hit enter. 2 will be automatically picked up to 999. So these are the active components which you need to make it active. Cost centers, control area needs to be activated for cost centers, otherwise non-stock materials you will not be able to procure it. Similarly, order management, you have to make it active. Similarly, commitment management, you have to make it active, right? Activity based costing also, you make it active. Apart from this, if you want to select sales orders, projects, cost objects, etc., you select them, and all variances and all currencies you have to select it, because like we said, control area can fit more than one company code and each company will have its own currency. In that case, you have a problem of exchange rate differences. Therefore, you have to select all currencies and all variances. Once you choose this one, you go with save. Save your changes under Nissan transport request. Okay. Back, you could see all these things are activated. Back once again, save it and back. Okay, so now your control area is also complete. Now you see, assign control area to operating concern. Let me just go with it. What's your control area? 777. You go with it. Here you have to choose an operating concern which is in active state. It could be your operating concern, or it could be anything else also. Now anyhow, we have created our own operating concern which is also got activated. You could see here the green bulb. So therefore you can use that and save it. Okay, so with this I would say the FICO related organizational structure settings are complete. Okay, so what we have to do is we have to create a plant, which we will be doing it tomorrow. Okay, once again we will go back to definition section. where we'll go here, create our own plant, and then we will go to MM module. We create our purchase organizations and storage locations, etc. We also go to sales and distribution module. We create sales organization, distribution channel, division, sales office, sales group, sales area, so on and so forth tomorrow. Okay? Any questions so far? We will complete the organization structure tomorrow, and then we will go with master data day after, tomorrow. Any questions from anybody, Andy? Lakshmi, Pavitra, or Sridhar, Sudhakar, anybody?
Sorry, one question from me.
Yes, Sudhakar.
No, what I understand is from this is, being as an MM consultant, function consultant, let's assume that everything is in place on a FICO point of view. Yeah.
Yeah.
All your chart of accounts, your GL accounts are all set, profit center accounts.
Correct.
Now, from MM point of view, you need to only concern with MM related stuff, isn't it?
Exactly. Logistics general and MM. Only these two nodes.
Right. Ideally, if we are doing this exercise, if we don't have a FICO in place, then I can copy it from another company code, isn't it? Only that is related to FICO.
Correct.
Like what we have done for 777.
Correct. You're right, Sudhakar. But what I've done was, you will see it in the sales and distribution module, because you have copied your 777 from 0001 plant. There is bound to be some inconsistent entries which will get creeped into your 777 company code 777 plant. Those inconsistent entries needs to be deleted. That is available. That is this inconsistency will be there in sales and distribution module only, nowhere in the other places.
Okay. Fine. Thank you.
Sridhar, any questions from your end?
Nothing. No questions.
Sundarrao garu.
No questions, sir.
Lakshmi and Pavitra?
No questions, sir.
Alright, so if you have no questions, we will stop it here. So I'm stopping.